I sit here mourning the deaths of 4 young men, students at the University of Pot Harcourt, who were reported to have stolen cell phones, which could have been true and may not have been true. What is true is that they were marched into a field by some unscrupulous human beings, beaten and burnt to death. This, in the country of Nigeria, on the continent of Africa, on its west coast. We witnessed barbarism in the year 2012, a year where Africa should be able to say it has improved on its human rights, it has improved on law, and it has achieved law and order. Instead, in the country of Nigeria, a nation that continues to struggle with the understanding of law and order, good government, insane things like these murders continue to occur in public view with an audience that has no conscience and stands there and attempts not to protect those that are about to meet their deaths. The video itself is shocking, and there was a video, a cell phone video, that is all over the internet today. Now, most people who have seen it are in shock. The governor of that state, the Rivers State, has ordered the arrest of these murderers. One, supposedly a chief, someone who one would expect had sense enough to understand what justice is. Unfortunately, these kids never survived. The police were not around, and if they were, they stood by and they looked. It brings to the question, how does a nation decide what its priorities are? A nation without law and order cannot move forward. It cannot progress. It cannot succeed. President Goodluck Jonathan, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has so far ignored all the signs of trouble in that nation. He has ignored terrorists and even come up with a statement that we will seek to rehabilitate terrorists. First of all, terrorists have a mission. Rehabilitation is not an option. trying to be fair sometimes is destructive. To what we seek to accomplish. In a country such as Nigeria, where for year after year after year we have watched a nation go down, become a failed state, one has to wonder, what would it take to change that country? A country that has failed to develop in a period of 50 years to a standard acceptable to that period of time. A country in which those that have led from military dictators to civilian rulers or leaders who have raped a nation, stolen its money, and has failed to help Nigeria become what it should be. We as a nation, we as a people, continue to fail in our responsibility to address these issues. We continue to fail as a people to send a message to our leaders that we can no longer tolerate their behavior. We can no longer tolerate their greed and their non-sacrifice to our country. The deaths of this young man should be a rallying cry. It should say to each and every one of us, this is not the nation we wish to live in. This is not the country that we want for our children and for our grandchildren. This is not how things should be done. The year is 2012, where a great number of Nigerians are well educated. A great number of Nigerians have lived abroad. A great number of Nigerians know what it takes to live a better life, create a better country. But because of the barbaric nature of our people, the tyrannical nature of our government, nobody wishes to stick their head out to create a better country. I do have some advice for the President of Nigeria. I do have some advice for the members of the National Assembly. The first thing you need to do is stop trying to devise ways to steal from our nation. The second thing you need to do is to think about those that you have sworn to govern and govern properly. The third thing you need to think about our nation is law and order. You cannot create a good country. You cannot create